Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am here for another pregnancy update and I have a lot I want to share with you. Some good things, some not so good things. So I'm going to get right into it so we have enough time to get through it all. So if you guys hear anything in the background, I have Avery right here. She is playing with her LOL doll stuff. I don't even know how she knows about this stuff, but she knows about it. So she's sitting here playing with that stuff while I film this for you guys.
Look, it's my LOL stuff.
She has a nice little bin for her LOL dolls or whatever they're called. Okay, so number one, this is for weeks 27 and 28. You're gonna be seeing this the day I turn 29. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, which definitely you're gonna wanna go do because I update that more on a regular basis, number one. Number two, when I start having contractions, real contractions, and go into labor, I'm gonna be updating my Instagram first and foremost. So if you guys want, you know, more updates and real-time updates, go to my Instagram, Jamie A Journey. Go check that out because I update that a lot more frequently. But if you guys do follow me on Instagram, I said my pregnancy updates have been behind because I changed my upload schedule, my regular videos and everything was behind. So my pregnancy updates got pushed behind. So they were going up on Friday and then I was turning another week on Friday. So I was almost like a week or so, more so behind, if that makes sense. So anyways, if that's confusing you, it doesn't matter because now my pregnancy updates will go up Friday morning and I turn a new week on Friday morning. So I'm filming this on Thursday evening and I am 28 weeks, the last day of 28 weeks. So tomorrow I will be turning 29 weeks and this will be going up. So it's more kind of, these updates are more in real time. So this video kind of starts out with a because I literally got the call about a half an hour ago that I failed my glucose test, my 1 hour. And I talked about this in my last pregnancy update, how I was not looking forward to that test because I failed the first time and yeah, failed again, which I was kind of confused because I'm sure a lot of hospitals or labs across the country do this where you can check your levels online. So I had been anxiously waiting for my levels when I took it. So I took it and 48 hours later, my levels came up and it said the range was up. I don't know what the low range was, it doesn't matter, but the high range was 139 and I had a 138. So I was like, oh, I passed. I was so excited. I was like, I barely passed, but I passed. But then I was like reading online and a lot of doctors had a cutoff of 130 instead of 140, which I mean, mine was 139 or 140. So I was a little bit confused and I was like, I almost had a bad feeling about this. I'm like, I passed going off of the range that they're showing me on my chart, but I just had a feeling that they were gonna say I failed. So I got the call today and I failed apparently, even though on the chart it says it's in the normal range, they must have a different cutoff. So yes, we are starting off with me failing the glucose test, which is not a big deal because I failed it with Avery's pregnancy, passed the 3-hour test, but it just gives me a little bit of anxiety because it's like, obviously I want to pass and I don't want gestational diabetes because of the complications, and I feel like I would just hate to be on a diet when I'm the rest of my pregnancy. But anyways, we're just gonna hope that I pass. And I'm gonna watch what I eat for a few days before and we'll hope I pass. Stay tuned for that. But going into weeks 27 and 28, I'll jump right into my symptoms. I have been super, super winded. I feel like I have to breathe with my mouth open. I can feel it throughout my whole body. I just feel so winded. So I know these girls are growing. I can feel it in my belly and I'm getting out of breath everywhere I go. I just feel like I'm starting to feel pregnant with twins. Like I felt like for the longest time I kept saying, oh, I feel good. I don't feel pregnant. Don't feel pregnant. I mean, after I got over my sickness, but now it's starting to hit me and I do definitely feel pregnant with twins, specifically because I just feel pretty big. And I know a lot of you are telling me I don't look that big. I agree, a lot of people are telling me that. But to be 28 weeks pregnant and just having the symptoms I'm having now, I didn't have until I was way farther along with Avery. So I'm starting to feel pregnant with twins, super tired later in the afternoon and night. So I feel like when I need to be productive, whether, well, with work, I guess I work all day, or if it's filming a video, or if there's things I need to do, like I've been working on the nursery, I need to get up, I need to do it in the morning, I need to be productive in the morning and early afternoon, because in the late afternoon, evening, I am worthless. So I just pretty much come home from work and I don't feel like doing anything, very little energy, and I'm just tired in the evenings. My congestion has continued. I feel super congested. I feel like I'm like sniffling and like it just feels kind of gross, I guess, but super congested. People always think that I'm sick and I have a cold, but I don't. It's just congestion. Again, such a weird, I feel like random pregnancy symptom, but it's definitely continued. The lower back pain I was experiencing that I've talked about in my other videos has gotten slightly better. I've been seeing a chiropractor. I did go see her last week. She said it was likely a joint. And I mean, going to see her doesn't dramatically help. I mean, maybe a tiny bit, but I have noticed just in general that pain is getting better. It's not totally, hasn't totally gone away, but it definitely is better. So I don't know. She said it was a joint, and you know, my hips are widening, getting bigger. One side may do better than the other, and I just think that my right side's probably catching up or something, because it's not there as much, which is just kind of weird since I'm getting bigger and growing a lot more, that you would think it would get worse, but it's actually getting better, which is a good thing. So for maybe some exciting news, or I guess just like this is getting real news, is I had a doctor's appointment at 27 weeks. And we went in, ultrasound was good. The girls were measuring. Baby A was 2 pounds 4 ounces and baby B was 2 pounds 7 ounces. So thrilled with their sizes at this point, you know. It's like with twins, you know they're going to be early. I mean, at the very least, they're going to be born at 38 weeks. And that's if I go to 38 weeks, which following a lot of other twin mamas here on YouTube, I see that it's very unlikely that I'm going to go to, you know, 38 weeks. So the fact that I feel like they're a good size, I'm happy with, and especially because people are constantly telling me how small I look or how I don't necessarily look like I'm pregnant with twins, it makes me feel good that they're doing great. They're actually bigger than what like all of my apps say they should be. So that is definitely a good thing, good size. So ultrasound went well. And then I went to see my doctor and she went to measure me. This was the first time they've measured my fundal height, where they take the tape measure and they measure the size of your belly. First time that they've done this. And I measured 33 weeks at 27 weeks, which is totally normal. I'm carrying twins. I'm gonna be bigger, but my doctor said this is normal, but problem is your body thinks you're 33 weeks pregnant. Your body doesn't know that you're pregnant with twins. Your body thinks you're 33 weeks pregnant. So it's just something we're really gonna have to start monitoring you closely, which I think that pretty much happens with a twin pregnancy towards the end. So, and then I kind of felt stupid because when she was measuring me, she said, she got like a look of concern on her face and she said, "Do you feel that?" And I said, "No." I was having a Braxton Hicks contraction and I didn't feel it. And I felt stupid because this is not my first pregnancy, so I've had Braxton Hicks contractions with this little one. So the fact that I didn't recognize that I was having a Braxton Hicks contraction is kind of embarrassing. I feel like that should be more of a first-time mom thing, that you're not recognizing it. So up until that appointment, I was like, my body's doing great. I'm not even having any Braxton Hicks yet, so this is awesome. And then I get there and I have one when she's measuring me. She wasn't concerned or anything, but there again, she's like, "You're only 27 weeks and just start monitoring the Braxton Hicks contractions. You know, we want to know, we don't want you to make sure you're not having too many in a span of an hour." So she wants me watching that. They want me to come back in 2 weeks, so I'll go back in 2 weeks for an appointment, and then after that I think it's every 2 weeks. And I know there's at least one point in the near future where they said I'll be going twice a week, which is crazy. One appointment will be for ultrasound and doctor, and the other one will be for an NST, a non-stress test, and a doctor. So things are, I went into that appointment just like feeling fairly normal, good, and then I get there and it's like, oh, you're having Braxton Hicks contractions. And I know you can have these very early on and they don't necessarily mean anything, but I don't know, like I was kind of shocked at how well my body, like this is getting real ultimately. I guess up until this point, it's like you feel like pregnancy is so long, and then holy crap, I'm measuring 33 weeks and I'm having Braxton Hicks contractions, which have continued quite a bit. I mean, nothing alarming, but I definitely get them more so in the evenings when I'm tired, and I notice them like when I get back home from work, and I just get them a lot in the evenings. So I've been trying to take it easy as much as I can, and it's just like things are moving fast, like things are happening. These babies are gonna be here quicker than I realize. Obviously, hopefully it's far down the road, but regardless, even at the most, you know, they're gonna be here very soon. So it's crazy to think that. So yes, so just be prepared. Things are happening. I still feel pretty good overall. It's just, I can't believe they're gonna be here quickly, and I'm excited. But also this is like where it gets a little bit nervous maybe. I don't know, because it's like now it's like the unknown when they could they could come at any time. You know what I mean? Like once you start getting in your 30s and it's like, okay, they really could come at any time. This is when it starts getting, you know, unexpected and exciting and nerve-wracking and all of these feelings. So I'm just feeling a flood of all of these emotions. So guys, stay tuned. Definitely follow me on Instagram, like I said, for more day-to-day updates. I also talked about this, I think on Instagram, but I'm gonna be doing a lot of day in the life vlogs here because things are getting harder for me. My life is getting more difficult. I mean, I'm still gonna be doing my other types of videos, but life is just hard. And I also wanna document the last couple months of pregnancy because this is, again, an unexpected time. I don't know what's gonna happen, so I plan to vlog a lot. So you wanna make sure you are subscribed to kind of follow me on the end of this pregnancy journey. So don't forget to subscribe if you already aren't. But real quickly, I'm gonna answer the questions that I answer every pregnancy update, and then we'll go ahead and show you the bump. So how far along am I? This is for weeks 27 and 28. Tomorrow morning I will be at 29 weeks, which is crazy because it's almost 30 weeks, which is, I don't know, I can't even believe I'm even saying that. The size of the baby is a head of lettuce at 28 weeks, and I have 2 heads of lettuce inside of me, which is really cool. Total weight gain has been 23 pounds. Cravings and aversions, really no cravings. Maybe more salty things than sweet, but apparently here soon I will not be indulging in any cravings or anything because I have to watch my sugar and carb intake because of that test. Not fun. So no cravings really, just salty things more so. Definitely no aversion, still feeling really good as far as that is concerned. Movement, baby A, moving like crazy like always. Baby B, have been feeling her more lately, which is nice to be able to feel her move because, again, I feel like it's the baby A show. She's always moving and I don't get to feel baby B as much because of the position of her placenta, but I felt her, it was weird the other night. She was like going to town in there and I was like, oh, it's so good to you know, feel her move because it's always baby A. So feel both of them, but still mainly baby A. My sleep has been still pretty decent, obviously not great, but considering I am measuring 33 weeks, I really can't complain about my sleep. It's broken up, I'm peeing a lot, I'm tossing and turning a lot, but as long as I make sure I go to bed at a decent time, I'm waking up feeling pretty decent. So I can't complain about that, and I keep waiting for that to change, but I'm gonna ride this out as long as I can and take it because it's nice when you get your sleep. As far as the high and the low of the week, for the high of the week, it's making it to 28 weeks, which I talked about this on my Instagram. At 28 weeks, viability skyrockets. So the first big milestone for viability is at 24 weeks. And at 24 weeks, if your baby was born, the likelihood that it could survive is at 24 weeks. So huge milestone. Second milestone for viability, 28 weeks. That's when it like jumps up. So if your baby is born at 28 weeks, you know, there's a lot of babies out there that are born that are living today and doing well, but there's still a chance that they could have long-term complications. The next viability milestone is 32, because that's when, if they were born then, sorry, I had to reposition myself. My foot fell asleep and it was killing me. At 32 weeks, then if the babies are born, that the chances of them having long-term complications goes way down. So that is the next viability milestone, but getting to 28 weeks was so huge in my book. I think anyone who has struggled, I mean, any pregnant woman is excited to get to 28 weeks, but anyone who has struggled with miscarriage or infertility, you know, you look to these milestones and you're just so grateful to make it to each and every one. The low of the week was finding out, that sounds stupid, finding out I'm having Braxton Hicks contractions, which is like, well, I was obviously having them, I just didn't know I was having them. Again, I feel so stupid. But I think once she mentioned that I was having those, then I started paying more attention. And then looking back, I was like, yeah, now it makes sense. Like, there's a lot of times where I would have I'd be standing and I would have a hard time breathing, and I would be out of breath a lot, and I just felt like I had to sit down, and my stomach kind of hurt and felt uncomfortable. Now looking back, they were Braxton Hicks. Again, I sound like I've never been pregnant, but finding out I'm having those and then noticing that I'm having them not frequently, but they're not regular or anything, and they're not super painful or anything, so they're not like real contractions, but just finding out that, oh, my body is preparing for the end is just like, okay, it's good because it means we're getting towards the end, but it's a little scary too, because I want these girls to cook as long as possible. And then, do I miss anything? Having energy. I miss not having my energy. And Mike is always like, Jamie, you need to relax, like sit down, go lay in bed. Like, he's so helpful. I'll do that. You don't need to do that. You don't. I appreciate that, but I don't like to be that person, you know? Like, I don't like slowing down, and so it's hard, but I know I need to. So I guess not having energy, that's what I miss. And what am I looking forward to? I kind of just talked about this. 32 weeks. It'll just be nice. My goal is, I'll be really excited to get to 32 weeks. My goal is, if they're born at 34, I've had 2 friends who've had twins born at 34 weeks. So if I go to 34 weeks, I will be pretty happy. And then 36 weeks, if I get to 36 weeks, I'm gonna be thrilled. So I feel like we're getting to that point where it's like, okay, like every day or every week that passes, it's really exciting and it feels good to keep them in there. So we'll see. Thanks for following me along on this journey. And guys, it's going to get pretty crazy. Things are going to happen here quickly. So thank you for following me. Again, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and keep watching for my pregnancy updates. I'm going to keep doing these as well as vlogs and updating you more on other videos on what's going on. But yeah, things are getting real.
Never up, never down, never. Like a theme in a song, clever.